Go ahead.
Hey, I'm Peyton.
I'm Derek. This is the PKD Classroom Manifesto project.
Alright, so we're going to start with some basic background information and just an overview of the Maker Classroom. We see it everywhere, the making concept, from young preschoolers using toys to give them a better understanding of shapes and basic geometric things. We see middle schoolers using puppets to give them maybe a understanding of a novel or something they're doing within class. And then also in high school we see a physics lab. They could build wind turbines to give them a better understanding of electricity or magnetism or anything that they're trying, depending on the lab, whatever they're trying to work on. So making is an activity that involves creating, and through creating, different students are given a unique way to be able to see their own passions. Education, you can only learn things, but it may not really connect you to something. But making lets you do what interests you, and you can use your own mind and be creative and find what really intrigues you and find your own passion through making. We see making gives us an interpretation of the world, and we all have a different interpretation of the world, but making helps you define that and give it your own understanding. In the Make magazine, there's a quote that says that it gives us a place to share what we've made and share how we've learned with others, and it's a great match for any educational community. We see from this quote the two main points are creativity and participation. Participation is key throughout maker culture, as I may be strong in a certain aspect, but someone else that's in my group or maybe just in my classroom could give me insight on something that I may not be completely familiar with. As an example, I'm not very tech savvy, but someone like Derek, who knows more about technology, can help me out in that regard. And I also could help him with something he's not as strong with. So from here we move into our next move, which is values and ideas.
So going off on that participation aspect, we thought that we could apply it to our classroom, because our instructor, even though she has years of knowledge and experience, she may not be technically the only teacher in the classroom. Our peers, our classmates, because they're closer in age, we're from the same generation, they may have a different way at looking at the things we're learning in class. So in other words, our instructor's insight, her perspective, it may not be the sole way of looking at the things we are learning in class. So by talking to our classmates and by working with them, whether it's grouping up, doing a classwork assignment, or doing an actual group project such as this, we are able to gain from their insight, which can make learning sometimes more easier and more effective. So because of this, we thought that encouraging participation, encouraging interaction, among classmates could be a good thing. It could be beneficial. And for example, for me, the peer review for our text analysis assignment was helpful, because as a writer, I had been writing with just one style my entire life. And to have someone else point out my strengths and my weaknesses, it really helped. Because my partner told me what I was doing well, what I was doing not well. It shed light on what I could really improve on and what I was already doing well. Karen Wilkinson and Mike Pachart explained this well in their Art of Tinkering. They say the pure focused bliss of tinkering isn't just for artists or engineers. It is a way we can all be more human. This explains that tinkering isn't just for artists or engineers, it's for everyone, because every human being has his or her own way of thinking. They have their own ideas, they have their own opinions. So by involving everyone and using everyone's ideas, it can lead to a more it can lead to a better product or a better result, whatever you are working on. And to demonstrate this, we have a demonstration that requires 4 volunteers from the audience. 1, 2, just 2 more. Anyone?
Oh, boring.
Come on, everybody, participation is key.
2 more volunteers.
There we go.
There's 3, there's 4. What this is a 7-word sentence, and the sentence reads, "I never said she stole my money." And this is actually a really cool sentence because depending on the emphasis you put on the word, it changes the overall meaning of the sentence. So we just go step on the middle. Never said she stole my money. And so what we're going to do is we're each going to read our word. You know, we're going to read through the sentence 7 times, but each time we're going to put an emphasis on a different word. So I'll start. I never said she stole my money. This implies that I never said that. You know, someone else said that she stole my money. So we'll read it again. I never said she stole my money. That also has a different meaning. So I never said she stole
Mine.
I never said
She stole.
Mine.
money. And that implies that it wasn't her that stole the money, it might have been him that stole the money. I never said she stole
Mine.
money. I never said she stole
Mine.
money. That implies that she didn't steal my money, but she stole someone else's money. I never said she stole
Mine.
money. She stole something else, obviously. So this just shows that, you know, just depending on everyone's, you know, inside or what they bring to the table, it can change like the overall outcome. Thanks, guys.
And that's when we come into our call of action. We find that participation is key, as it inspires creativity, overall participation within the classroom itself, not just only of the individual, and it just helps for new ideals to be spread throughout the classroom and our world as well. We find that working freely with our peers as we mentor each other and help each other while we express our ideas, such as a personal experience for us in this class, our text analysis, and our Maker's Page essay. We were allowed to work freely and unrestricted based off of subject matter and what we wanted to express within the Maker's Page. We were able to find what interested us and explain what was the strengths of it, what was the flaws of it, and how did it come to inspire, attract, or even just deny those who found original interest to pages such as these. And when we came to work in the analysis portion with other peers, not only were we able to find our ideals and creativity, we were able to find improvements, corrections, and a new dimension of analysis and just looking into a text or even just a state of mind that we didn't see earlier, but now our peers have given us the opportunity to look into that type of way. We find in Anderson's text, today the vast majority of the web is built by amateurs, semi-pros, and people who don't work for big technology and media companies. This comes to say that participation and creativity can be inspired by anyone. As we said earlier, you don't have to be the artist, you don't have to be the engineer, you don't have to be the person working at the big company, being Microsoft, Sony, Samsung, Apple. What else do we know that's a big company? Google, there you go. And we just come to see that you could be any person out of anywhere, such as the woman who created Etsy. She was just finding a nice way to work on a birthday gift, and now she runs a multi-million-dollar website community. There you go. And it just comes to show that participation does matter. It is key to what everything we need to focus on in the Manifesto classroom, a makerspace, because it allows for new inputs to be thrown in, allows for creativity to be expressed, and just that participation coming from that one person that may be sitting in the corner every time, being silent, it doesn't matter, because the moment they get given an idea that no one else has thought of, that could simply make it easier to change the world and allow for better improvement. Because now we're coming to a skill that no longer is just from what you obtain in the mind of what you can think of. Now you can communicate to others because you were able to participate in a practice such as a classroom. Once you're able to participate in a classroom, now you're able to take those skills further, along with the skills that everybody in this classroom here obtains at Tech, and now you can take it to a business. Now you're not afraid to only show your skills, you're able to promote it, let it be known, and now you can make an enterprise off that. Thank you very much. This is our classroom presentation for the Manifesto. We all appreciate your time.